Hi, um, hi everyone. I'm Xiahe Wang, and that's basically just my final owner project. Actually choose the oral history. My topic is World War II, and at the beginning of the article, I compare the World War One and World War II and find a similarity. And but both of them can create a very horrible catastrophe to the world. And the difference is World War One actually happened between the Europe. Uh, all the fighting is between all the European countries, nothing about Asia or everything else. and and the U.S. actually joined the war later, in the almost the end of the World War One. U.S. joined, and before World War Two, World War One already invented a lot of sophisticated weapons. They are very powerful than using knife or sword. Everything is motorized, and the military is well trained. Is really awful, unbelievable. Yeah, and besides that, uh, all the war create a lot of harm to the economy and then bring all the prosperity life back to the before. And all this is just basically I build some background before I talk about the details. And also German attacked Poland in 1939. It marked as the World War II is the beginning. So later on, all this about historical background, and and here I interviewed my American grandparents. Basically, it's just my host family. I interviewed them, and I realized they are married in 1940s. Both of them, when they are 20 years old. My American grandfather had the honor of serving in the Pacific Theater during the war, and he also recruited in the United States Marine Corps right after the USA declared the war. And I asked him about some war experience and the grandmother about the situation, what's happening in the home. And they actually live in a town near Detroit. It's an industrial hub during the war. It's very prosperous town, pretty well developed town, and they have access to a television, radio, etc. And he explained to me before World War II, there not very much discussion about Germany in U.S. Media or TV, um, but some there are still some news about what happened on Nazi Party or Hitler did in Europe, and but at that time, American did not have the interest about that. American right at that time, they have a trouble with Great Depression. They have to face some issues on their own problem about the economy. And he also said Japan used to import oil from USA. It keep importing after the start of the war as well. And he also mentioned the misery of people he observed during that time. The quality of life are significantly decreased, and all the resources are converted into create weapons. Yeah, all the money used to create military weapons. And in 1942, that's also my grandfather also enlisted into the army and went to the Pacific Island, as he mentioned, and blah blah blah. And when he left for the Pacific, all the responsibility overwhelmed his wife. She explained her hardship faced after his departure, and she always dream some have some nightmare at midnight until he come back. It's pretty sad story. And the Russian, and actually that's my actual conclusion. Russian and the U.S. joined the conflict in the World War II in the same manner. Both of them are attacked first, and yeah, here's how the European War developed into the World War. After that, all the historical content, and he also explained the USA finally, after war end, the USA finally started to decrease collecting heavy tax, and people come to the normal life, and so the government of US can invest some money on social development, create some good thing for people, not just developing a weapon or war. And during that war, US was not very affected by the war, but European and England are get hurt a lot. So I also interview him, who is the biggest winner. And after we talk about, and my conclusion is, a war never have a winner, only has loser. So that's my citation. Since history is not my strength, I use a lot of reference to analyze some historical content. Yeah, this project is really long and time consuming for me. So that's all. But I'm very enjoy being in this class. Thank you.